welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be the start of me doing my top 5 dinner recipes. So making them, I'm not gonna make all of them tonight. I'm just gonna make the first one tonight, and then it's just gonna be a compilation of the dinners that I make throughout the week. So these are some of my favorite healthy dinners that I did when I was going through like the worst of my health journey, when I was doing gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, and all my food rotations. So this was one of like the main ones that we did, and so we are starting out tonight with a veggie bake. Super simple. I think this is the easiest one out of all the recipes that I'm going to share in the video, so we're starting off easy. So yeah, let's get into it and I will show you what you need for the veggie bake. Okay, all you need is some kielbasa or Polish sausage, but I normally get 2 since it's feeding both Ryan and I, and we normally like to make leftovers, or we like to have leftovers. So you get sausage. I normally do 3 bell peppers, and normally I'll do a green, a red, and an orange. They actually didn't have orange peppers this time, so I just did 2 red and 1 green, but I like to use different colored peppers because different colors means that they have different nutrients in them. And then I normally use 1 to 2 onions as well, chopped up. So that's all that's gonna be in this one tonight, is just the sausage and then the veggies. In the past, we've also added like mushrooms, potatoes, like the little mini potatoes, and kind of cubed those up as well. So honestly, like whatever vegetables you like, you can throw on a veggie bake, but these are kind of our main ones that we like. And then I don't do anything as far as seasoning. I'll do like a little bit of salt and pepper and avocado oil. So the biggest thing with this one is like you just have to chop everything up, put it on your pan, and put it in the oven. So I'm gonna set the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I'm gonna start chopping everything up. All right, the veggie bake is out of the oven. So this is just kind of what it looks like. And then I'm just gonna take the spatula and kind of mix it all together since I kind of had the sausage on top. So we're just gonna put this in bowls and eat it like this. But yeah, this is one of our favorites. So this is dinner option number 1. So stay tuned for the rest. Okay, it is night number 2. So I'm going to be doing a dairy-free instant pot potato soup, like loaded baked potato soup. So I've already cooked all the bacon, and then I've peeled the potatoes so far, but now I need to chop the potatoes, and then I'm gonna chop up green onions, and then basically we're gonna put the potatoes and some chicken broth into the Instant Pot, let it soften the potatoes, and then you kind of add the other ingredients at the end. So I'll share the recipe down below as well, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started on like chopping up all the potatoes. So I have finished chopping up the onion and the potatoes. So now what you're gonna do is turn your Instant Pot onto saute mode. So once this is hot, I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, and you wanna saute the onions first in here for a couple of minutes until they're soft. And then we're gonna add 4 cups of chicken broth and then all of the potatoes. So that's what we're gonna cook first, is just the onions, the potatoes, and chicken broth. And then you're gonna cook the potatoes and stuff on high for 8 minutes. Okay, so I've got the onions sauteed. I didn't mention I added a half a teaspoon of garlic as well to saute with the onions. And then I've got 4 cups of the chicken broth and the potatoes in here. So then you're just gonna put this on high. You're gonna cook it on high for 8 minutes. Wanna make sure that this is set to sealing, this little knob. And then we're gonna do pressure cook for 8 minutes. Okay. While your potatoes are cooking, you can go ahead and start chopping up and making any of your toppings. So I already started the bacon, but you could also use this time to cook the bacon, but I've already done that. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop up this. Okay, so normally when I cook bacon, I'll sit it on a paper towel to kind of get some of the grease. So I'm just going to basically I just kind of roll up the paper towels and just kind of crunch it all together. kind of less messy. Like I don't get my hands as messy if I do it kind of in the paper towel. All right. Okay, the potatoes are done. So you basically just turn the little valve and you do a quick release on your Instant Pot. So these are done. And now comes the kind of annoying part. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If you have an immersion blender that's like a handheld blender, then you would just want to like blend all of this up and kind of like mash all the potatoes. I do not have an immersion blender, so I am basically gonna put about like maybe 3 cups. I don't always do the whole batch, but I will kind of blend like some of the soup just to make it more like kind of mash the potatoes. So I'm just gonna use my food processor. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now and kind of put some of the soup in here and kind of blend all the potatoes. Okay, I almost just forgot a step. Okay, so now that all of this has cooked, you're gonna add in your sour cream and kind of mix it in there together, and then you can blend it. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like when it's done. So you kind of still have some chunks in there, but then the rest of it is kind of blended. And then I put salt and pepper in it. So I use about 1.5 tablespoons of salt for the whole batch, and then 1/2 tablespoon of pepper for the whole batch, but obviously you can do that to taste. So yeah, this is pretty much the base of the soup. And then you can do more sour cream on top if you like, and then bacon, and normally green onions is what we do for toppings. Also, this is the sour cream that I use. You can get this at Kroger, and I like this one in particular because it's not cashew based or nut based. It's actually butter beans and oats is the first ingredient on here, but I just like that it's not nut based because I don't really eat nuts. Cashews, walnuts, all of those kind of irritate me. I might reintroduce those someday, but not now. So this one I really like just because it's not like cashew based. And you can get this at Kroger. So that's what I use. And I use the full box of this. So this is 14 ounces and I put this whole thing in the soup. So that is really it. It's super simple and it tastes really good. So that is one of our favorites. All right, here's the finished product and stay tuned for the next recipe. Okay, so today is recipe number 3. So I'm gonna be making a Cajun sausage and rice dish. It's become one of Ryan and I's favorite. So it's really easy and I'm gonna show you what you need. Okay, so what you need for this recipe is going to be 2 packages of Cajun style sausage. So this is the brand that I just pick up at Kroger. And then you'll need 2 bell peppers. Normally I do like 1 red, 1 orange, but I got 2 red in my pickup order. So I'm doing 2 red today. And then 1 onion. I normally get a yellow onion. Some rice, 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes, chicken broth, and then I feel like the spices are the most like extensive part of this recipe. So smoked paprika is the main one, and then you'll need some garlic powder and onion powder, oregano and thyme, and then salt and pepper. Okay, so that's everything you need. And in general, it's pretty easy, but first things first, I always start with chopping everything. You're gonna wanna cook the sausage and get it in the pan first. So I'm gonna start with chopping the sausage first, get it in a pan so that it can start cooking. Okay, I also forgot to mention that I put 2 tablespoons of avocado oil in the pan first, and you want to heat up the oil a little bit before you put the sausage in. So that's all I did for that step. And now I'm going to finish chopping all the peppers because those are going to be the next thing to go in once these have kind of cooked a little bit. Okay, so I've added the peppers and onions, and then basically you kind of let those saute down some, and then you add in all of the spices. So I just finished putting in all the spices, so I'm gonna give it a few minutes to kind of cook and get all the flavors to kind of meld together. And then we'll move to, you'll put in your rice, your chicken broth, and your fire roasted tomatoes. So I'm just gonna give this a few minutes, and then you put the rest of the ingredients in, and then it cooks for 20 minutes. All right. Ooh, see that steam. Okay, it is done. So the 20 minutes are up. So basically you're just gonna start kind of stirring in the rice and mix it all together. And then it is ready to be served. Okay, it is done. It's ready to be served. And that is it. So one pan, super easy, and it tastes so good. This has become like one of our favorites. Obviously it's in this video, so it's on rotation. Almost like once a week we'll throw this dish in there, so it's definitely one of our favorites. All right, that is it for recipe number 3 for the Cajun sausage skillet. So we've got 2 more recipes left. We've got another Instant Pot recipe coming up, and then we're gonna do some chicken fajitas. So stay tuned for those, and let me know if you try any of these. I would love to know if you enjoyed them, if you've tried them. So comment below if you try any of these ever. I would love to know. So that's it for this dish, and let's get on to the other 2. Okay, so for dinner number 4, we are going to be making homemade chicken fajitas. So this one's super easy. All you need is chicken breasts, some peppers, and some onions, and then a handful of spices that I'll show you. And then after that, it's kind of up to you for toppings and whether or not you use a gluten-free tortilla or a regular tortilla, or however you eat your fajitas. But the base of your fajitas is just the chicken breast, onions, peppers, and your spices. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started making dinner number 4. Okay, so what you'll need for chicken fajitas is you'll need a pound of chicken breast, 3 bell peppers, and then I do 2 onions as well. You can obviously do less onions. I like a lot of onions, so I do 2 and then 3 peppers. And then seasoning, you'll need chili powder and cumin, garlic powder and onion powder, and then salt and pepper. And then you'll also just need like a cooking oil of your choice. I normally do avocado oil or olive oil. So today I'm gonna do avocado oil, but any cooking oil will do to kind of toss everything in once you're ready to like stir it all together. So I'm gonna go ahead and preheat the oven to 400 degrees and then start kind of slicing everything up. Okay, so as you saw from the videos, I chopped everything up and then I mixed in the spices and the avocado oil in a separate bowl and then drizzled it over all the peppers and chicken. That way it just kind of like can coat everything easier instead of doing like an oil and then sprinkling on the seasonings dry. It just mixes better if you go ahead and do all the spices and oil in a separate bowl and then kind of pour it over. So then you just mix the spices and the avocado oil and the chicken and peppers and everything together, and then put it on a baking sheet, and then it's gonna go in the oven for 25 minutes. Okay, so this is what it looks like right out of the oven. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and assemble the fajitas. I'm gonna use gluten-free tortillas and then my dairy-free sour cream, but you can put any toppings you want. All right, dinner number 5, the last dinner of this video, is going to be my Instant Pot chicken burrito bowls. So this one, Ryan and I have been eating consistently since we got married. So it's definitely one of our top favorites, and it's super easy to make. You don't have to chop anything in this recipe like all the others, I feel like. You just put everything in the Instant Pot and let it go, and it's great. So I'm gonna show you everything you need for this recipe. Okay, so for the first thing, you'll need a pound of chicken. Right now, I had chicken that's thawing out that I bought a few weeks ago. So I'm gonna use that. And then you just need some chicken broth, some salsa, some corn, black beans, you need rice, and then some taco seasoning. You can also obviously choose different salsas. You can do homemade taco seasoning, but for the ease of it and speediness of this recipe, I normally use a pre-mixed packet. So that's all you need for ingredients. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse the black beans and the corn and drain these. But then other than that, everything is ready to go and you can just put it in the Instant Pot. So I'm gonna drain these first and then get started. So it is done cooking and then I shredded the chicken. So all we're gonna do now is just put this into bowls and then put like sour cream, cheese. You can put more salsa, lettuce, anything you want to kind of make your burrito bowl. But it's so good and it's super easy and quick. This is definitely one of our favorites and I hope you guys love it just as much as we do. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope that you try some of these recipes. Comment down below if you like any of them or if you try any of them. I will hopefully be making many more videos like this for lunches, breakfast, more dinner recipes that we love and just kind of sharing some of my favorites. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.